Sarah and Mark worked in the marketing department of a mid-sized tech company. Sarah was a graphic designer, known for her creativity and easygoing nature. Mark, a project manager, admired her work ethic and her ability to always brighten the office with her cheerful attitude. They often collaborated on projects, spending hours brainstorming and refining ideas. Over time, Mark started developing feelings for Sarah. He enjoyed their conversations, her infectious laugh, and her insightful perspectives. He found himself looking forward to their meetings and making excuses to stop by her desk. He began to subtly flirt, complimenting her outfits and offering to help with tasks outside of work. Sarah enjoyed the attention, mistaking it as friendly camaraderie. Sarah, however, was married to David, a software engineer. She loved David deeply, but she sometimes felt that their relationship had become routine. She cherished her friendship with Mark, finding his enthusiasm a refreshing contrast to David's more reserved personality. One Friday evening, after a particularly successful campaign launch, Mark invited Sarah out for drinks to celebrate. Sarah hesitated, but eventually agreed, seeing it as a harmless way to unwind after a stressful week. They went to a local bar, laughed over stories, and bonded over shared interests. As the evening progressed, Mark misread Sarah's friendliness as reciprocation. He leaned in and confessed his feelings for her, expressing how much he enjoyed spending time with her and how he saw a real connection between them. Sarah was taken aback. She didn't know how to respond. "Just a little. I promise I'll pay it back before Mark notices. But honestly, how different will the car ride be with a fancy handbag sitting in the passenger seat versus my old tote bag?" Okay, this is where it gets dicey. Remember that ex-boyfriend I had in high school? The one Mark always gets jealous about. Well, he messaged me on Facebook. Just a friendly, "Hey, how's it going?" But we ended up chatting for a bit, catching up on old times. I didn't tell Mark about it. I knew he'd freak out, even though it was totally innocent. But there's always that lingering what if, isn't there? And finally, the fifth line I crossed. This one's the biggest. Hearing her excuses didn't make it any easier. Now I was faced with an even bigger dilemma. Should I tell Mark? If I did, it would destroy him. Their marriage would probably be over, and our family would be caught in the middle. But if I didn't tell him, I'd be complicit in her deception. It didn't seem fair for Mark to live a lie. Ultimately, I decided to give Sarah a chance to tell Mark herself. I told her she had 1 week, and if she didn't, I would. The week passed slowly. Sarah was a nervous wreck, constantly on edge. I hope this video finds them well. Thanks for watching.